Okay, let's get this big one right here. Ooh, that one's a little thorny. Yee. Ooh, that's a really good one. It's a nice and big one. Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a radish harvest. Just a little bit of info about these radishes. We're using the lids of our black growing containers that we usually use for potatoes, and we're using that 2 inch of shallow dirt to be able to produce something that we can harvest and we can enjoy. So why don't we just get into this harvest and I'll tell you what we can do with these after. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start with this area right around here, and as you can see, if you peel these back a little bit, it's a little bit spiky. So as you see this, you can tell that it's ready because it's bulging out of the ground. Let's start with this one. This one looks big. Ooh. This is the first radish that we've harvested so far. You can see we harvested it from right here. It's a pretty good sized radish. It's quite big compared to some of the other ones we got in our earlier harvest. And this will do really well in a salad. So let's put this off to the side. Let's get this one. That one had a nice pop to it. It looks pretty good. It's a weird shape. It has all these little lumps right here. That one's gonna taste really good. Some of these we're going to be cooking. Other ones I'm going to be eating in a salad. Try to get my little, ooh, that one's weird shaped. It's a weird shaped one. And they all have this nice lush green color at the top, meaning that they're healthy. I'm going to try to get my sister to eat some of these, or at least 1 or 2 of these, to try them to see if she likes them. Radishes are quite spicy and peppery depending on the variety that you get. Okay, let's get this big one right here. Ooh, that one's a little thorny. Yee. Ooh, that's a really good one. It's a nice and big one. And we can get these out. We have to get these out of the ground as soon as possible because if you look to the top, they might be splitting at the top. So we have to get these out as soon as possible so then the voles don't get to them. Let's keep on going. Got a tiny little baby one right here. It smells so good. Smells like a fresh salad. This will go really well with what we got from our hay bale video. We got a whole bunch of good fresh greens. We have 1 pound of radishes. Might be something we can go for because radishes are not that big. They're the smaller variety of vegetable. As you have seen, they can get quite big, like these 2 over here. They're quite big compared to the size of my hand, but this one's a tiny one. Okay, let's keep going. It's a smaller clutch. Smaller group. And you can see how much the size can spread out because we have these really big ones. I don't know if that's how much water they got or how much nutrients they got on one side of the barrel cap, if you want to call it that, the growing space. But overall, this was pretty successful for this first one. We got a couple of good sized radishes. The colors are really pretty. This is the reddish purplish color. And I think this is about it. These are the last few. So nice little group right over here. They kind of look like tomatoes. Speaking of tomatoes, we have been able to retrieve what was left of the tomatoes from what the one big storm did. We were able to get, I don't know, 30 to 40 after what we could collect after it just broke off. Those were all very good, but as it gets colder and the frosts start to come in, it's harder to save and conserve those on the branches. So it looks like the last 2 over there. And a warning for anybody who's ever harvesting, there are small thistles, and if you brush against them, they will burn really badly. Like really badly, and it'll stay numb and it will not feel good. Okay, that is one cap out of the way. We got a pretty good amount of radishes from this one. Got some big ones, some smaller ones. Got this really big one, and we got some odd-shaped ones. These are all the reddish brownish purple color, and that's what you can get from growing in 1-2 inch space first barrel. We did it! We are getting right back into this amazing harvest. We have one lid fully done. We got a beautiful harvest from that one. And now we are going to move on to this cap or lid that we use for our black containers. As we progress on, I can tell you that one of my favorite ways to eat radishes like this is to have them raw and sliced. Now, for the people who like the spicier taste and that good crunch, I would recommend eating them raw and sliced or raw and whole. The reason of this is because whenever you cook radishes, they become softer and sweeter. If you do not like spicy and peppery radishes or spicy and peppery food in general, you can cook it, most of the times you can cook it down and it will taste much sweeter. Another note is the lighter colors and the whiter ones. This is not necessarily white, this is more of a brownish tan color. But the lighter ones and the white ones are usually less spicy and peppery. So those are good for people who like a little bit of tense spice. Like this is a tiny, tiny white one right here. It's not much, but it'll still taste good. But for the people who do not like really spicy and peppery, I would recommend either the white ones, a small portion of the white ones, or you can cook them down, whichever you prefer. Along with microgreens, these radishes and turnips can be good as beginner crop for beginner gardeners in general and children. This is a good family project if you're just starting in the garden. Here's another one. And these are really easy to grow. As you can see, we grew these in just 1 to 2 inches of soil. Got some bigger tan brown ones right here. Easter basket radishes take about a month to a month and a week usually to grow. They are very, very, very quick growing. You can tell that they're ready, as I said earlier, so you can tell when they're ready to grow, when they're bulging out of the ground like this. This is a good white one. Just a bit of the dirt off and you can see this is a white one. It's not the tan one. This is an example of a radish plant that did not develop. This is just the stem and the greens. So if we pull this up, you can see that there's nothing underneath here besides the tiniest little white radish. So we won't be able to eat the radish part. We will find out later how to cook down these greens. We're just picking out the final weeds and the radish plants that did not fully form or grow. So see, this one could have grown in along with this one. You can remove these, put these out to the side, pick out the other ones. And I think that's it. So concluding this harvest. These are perfect for any space. These are perfect for beginner gardeners, children, family projects, and they only take 30 to 37 days of growing. Thank you so much for coming over here and seeing this video. If you would like to see more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please ring that notification bell so you can tell when we upload a new video. Also, never forget, when you're with us, you are good to grow.